My name is Krista Hancock, and I've been involved in theater for about 10 years now. My favorite playwright is Thornton Wilder because I've always really liked reading farces because you never know what's about to happen, and the plot twists are so much fun to read about because you never know what you need to expect or what's going to happen because it's just completely crazy. It just doesn't make sense, and I've always really enjoyed that. And plays like The Matchmaker by Thornton Wilder and A Doll's House are good examples of why I love him because they're just so fun and weird. And there are a couple things that I find really fascinating about drama. And one of these is the camaraderie that forms around just a cast, because you can connect with a group of people that you previously didn't know at all, just like that, from just learning about your character and the way your character interacts with their characters, and you just form a connection you can't form anywhere else. And learning about your character is really what's the most fascinating thing to me, because you can learn things about yourself that you didn't know just because you're working on this part. You can find emotions you didn't know that you had from experiences that you have, and you can find these emotions and just be needing them for your part, and you never would have found that perspective on that event if you hadn't had this part to try to connect with. And I just think that's incredibly fascinating and beneficial whenever you're just trying to figure things out. And I've been involved with 4 or 5 plays in the past 2 years. One of these plays was The Jungle Book, and I played Mowgli. And I was honored with Outstanding Lead Actress for the Young Players, which is the youth theater program for the Royal Theater. And I was also in the Susification of Romeo and Juliet, and I was given Outstanding Supporting Lead Actress in a non-musical for Young Players. And then I was involved with Les Miserables last December. I was Babet, a student, the constable, and a drinker and diner. And all those parts were male parts because I'm an alto and that's what happens. And it was really rewarding to play male parts because it wasn't something that I was completely used to. And another play that I was in more recently was Annie, and I had 3 parts for that. I was a maid, a homeless person, and a pickpocket. And the most recent thing that I've done was my first directorial kind of position. I was the student director for My Fair Lady at the Royal Theater, and that was just a really rewarding experience in itself. One role that I would love to play that I've not been able to play as of now is Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream, because he's so much fun and he's mischievous, and there's just so much lightheartedness about that part, and the Shakespearean English is just really, really beautiful, and I love reading Shakespeare's plays, and I love getting involved in them. And I just think that playing someone like Puck would be really fun just because of his mischievous streak and just how he likes to mess with everybody. And it's just really fascinating reading A Midsummer Night's Dream and just thinking about how much fun it would be to play Puck. Thank you for your time, and I really hope that you choose me for AGS. Usually, when you walk a runway, this is a runway. You never talk. It's a no-no. But today I've decided to take a minute to explain why I'm walking here, waving at you. First of all, there are 3 kinds of waves. I know, I've been waving a long time. There's the flap, like this. The windshield wiper, that's this one. And the very formal, screw in a light bulb. That one's saved for real royalty. I usually use the windshield wiper because it's elegant and can be personalized a bit. The flap is, well, it's a bit juvenile and a bit tacky for someone who's been around. And I've been around. Believe it or not, I'm 40 today. And until today, I had convinced myself that I looked at best 10 and at worst 6 years younger. Oh, I've had help. A mini eye job last year just to make me look rested. Nothing drastic. I've successfully cheerleaded. Is that a word? Or should I say cheerled? I was never strong in grammar, or tense, or spelling. Whatever. I've cheerleaded myself out of any depression. I mean, if I don't, who will? I've always thought that was the winner type attitude. If at first you don't succeed, you know. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. That stuff. I'm going to change hands. You have to learn to wave at both sides of the audience. Be wave-ambidextrous. Isn't that cute? I made that up myself. I'm going to change hands. So where was I? Oh, I decided at 15 or 16 to win. To manipulate people to get what I wanted. And most of the time it worked. I won popularity contests, all sorts of contests. It didn't come naturally. I wasn't the prettiest, or the sexiest, or the most talented. I inherently, is that a word? I was a blank slate and I drew a picture of the person I wanted to be and became it. Filled in the blank. Ta-da! Here she is. And I convinced myself that this is what I wanted. To win, to wave, always. And honestly, I loved it. But I've always known that something was a bit off. Maybe I didn't feel, now or then, so loved from it all. Maybe I should have spent less time on the image I created and gave myself a little heart. Beauty is only skin deep. And I am, pretty empty feeling. But I always threw myself back into winning. Awards, recognition, hoopla, those things are important. Yet, when I began to lose, when I wasn't first or second anymore, the cheerleading became harder. 40, alone, realizing that I maybe should have gotten married and had kids, knowing why people who have children say they can be such a comfort as you age. Trophies can't hug you. But I made a choice. I knew what I wanted, and I got it. Some of it. My arms do get tired, but I can't stop. Winning is all that matters. I'm wrong. Today I realize that I'm wrong, but there's nothing I can do about it because if I give up what I've got, then I'll have nothing or no one to take its place. Smile, keep walking and waving. You could have gone this way or that, but you chose the runway, darn it. Smile, keep walking and waving. Stay out in front. There are girls behind you, younger, prettier. Keep walking. Stay out in front. Oh, it's a straight shoot, a long shot. Keep walking. The runway gets longer and longer and disappears into the darkness. Keep walking. Oh my God. All these years I've been waving. Why do I suddenly know why I'm waving? I know. I do know. And it feels good. God, it feels so good. This smile, it's a genuine smile. Now I know. I'm not waving for the fun of it. I'm not waving for the thrill of it. I'm waving goodbye.